Hi, this is Matt Allington from Accelerator BI. In this short video, I'm going to talk about the upcoming Excel Olympics that will be held in Slovenia later this year. I'm really excited to be traveling to Slovenia to participate in the conference and also deliver a masterclass, which I'm calling Demystifying the DAX Language. I'm based in Sydney, Australia. It's quite some distance to get to Slovenia. Let me just show you. I just opened up Google Maps and Slovenia is not quite the other side of the world, but it's pretty close. If I rotate the map, you can just see Australia down here, and here is Slovenia. I've never actually been there before, so I'm really looking forward to coming over at the end of November. Let me talk about the conference itself. It's actually going to be over 2 days. The master classes will be on the first day, followed by the conference itself on the second day. So I just want to cover what I'll be doing in my masterclass. So my masterclass will be on demystifying the DAX language. So DAX is the language of Power BI, but also Power Pivot for Excel. And it doesn't matter which of these tools you're using to learn DAX, and using for DAX, I can help you with the DAX language. Now, DAX is pretty easy to get started and most people can make progress themselves. However, sooner or later, most people find that they get stuck. And in this masterclass, I'm going to be helping you understand what is happening under the hood and how the language actually works. So let me give you a brief run through of what will be covered during my masterclass. The objectives of the session are to really take your knowledge of the DAX language to the next level. I will start off by talking about the basics and just giving a base coverage so that we make sure everyone's on the same page. But I do assume that you've got some DAX experience behind you before you come to the session. And then for the bulk of the rest of the day, we'll be spending time talking about calculate, the most important function in the DAX language, and also evaluation contexts and the relationship types. So that will take up a fair bit of the day. And then with those skills, we'll look at sum versus SUMX, also the variable syntax, and then towards the end of the day, we'll talk about DAX as a query language. And the approach that I'm going to use will be to do some lecturing and also going through some examples, lots of live discussion and questions from the class throughout the day. Just a couple of slides to talk about these key things. The important things about evaluation context is that a row context and a filter context are not the same thing. And once you understand that, the rest of evaluation context will fall into place. And I'm going to explain this in such a way that you will understand it. When we get to sum versus SUMX, I'm going to talk about the differences and when you should use one and when you should use the other. And there's good and bad ways to write SUMX formulas, and I'm going to cover that in some detail. When we get to the variables and how to use the variable syntax within the DAX language, I'm going to be showing you how to optimize more complex formulas, but also how to break a problem into pieces so that you can solve quite a complex problem, such as this one here, where I have calculated the percentage of category or subcategory of its parent. So these category totals add up to 100%, but then within a subcategory, they also add up to 100%. So this is quite a challenging DAX formula, but you can use variables to solve the problem. So that's it. If you're interested, I'd love to have you come along to my masterclass and hope to see you in Slovenia.